Hey, 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 hello, geeks. Welcome to Geekly Kingdom. Hey, Jilly. Are you on that side? Yeah, you are.
Hello, Eric.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Man, oh man. So today, guys,
So weird.
I know it is. It's usually Jilly and I are able to like play off each other in studio. And oh man, it's so weird just doing this virtual. But hey, at least
At least I
we're
can
doing a
hear you.
show. No, I think it's good. You're
I'm
you're
still
doing good. You're
talking
doing
over
good.
you. Not the lag. I'm just talking over you because I'm me.
Oh man, I want to see who's in the chat today. Let's see here. Karen Porter's in the chat. We got Tyler Mann. Hey Tyler. We got Drew
Who's me?
Myers. Who's Tyler? We got Rob in the chat as well. K9. K9? Yeah. Colleen is in there. Colleen, hello. Jordan, hey. Oh man, oh man. Sean is there as well. Guys, so today, as you can see, we're a duo, we're not a trio. So Spencer is out.
Our friend Japan.
Yeah, he's out today in Japan. He's exploring Japan today. but not to worry, not to worry. I think on this topic, I want to say you pretty much have him covered. I want to say you have him covered this topic.
I watched a lot of TV throughout my life. I too much. I used to go to the FYE and like just buy used copies of like TV shows and just like
Yes.
I don't have that with me here in Florida, but you go out to New York and I have like seasons of random stuff. Like and they're
I
pretty
got all the
fun.
seasons of American Teenager.
Secret Life?
I just have the complete the complete series of Secret Life
Why?
because it was good at the time.
It was never good.
At the time, it was good.
I'm actually listening to a podcast about it, and Secret Life of Two Gay Americans, and it's like these two gay people who watch Secret Life for the first time as adults, and they're just
Oh
like,
my
"What
gosh.
is this madness?"
You see, no, that's too good. That's too good. But
Oh,
but
maybe
no,
you guys
guys.
don't
So
hear me. That's not good.
oh,
I don't.
maybe you need to get closer to your phone. Hello.
I don't. I don't know what to do.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know what to do, guys. Ah,
The good thing is they can hear you. They just can't hear you that
just
loud.
barely. Maybe I should just
You
talk
know.
really loud.
That might help.
Enunciate like they taught me in school.
What? You actually learned something? Oh man.
Musical theater school, you had to enunciate to the crowd so they could hear you in the back row because sometimes you're not mic'd.
That's true. That's true. Oh man. Well, today we're talking about sitcoms. I love sitcoms. I love all type of
Yeah.
TV. And it's weird because I didn't think I was kind of like a reality TV person. But nah, man, my roommates and I, we've been watching 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Everyone is
Not
watching
gonna lie.
90 Day Fiance, and I'm like, did I miss a train somewhere?
I don't know. We recently got Discovery Plus. Um, so the household has Discovery Plus, and on Discovery Plus they have like TLC, Food Network, DIY channel, HGTV. I think it's like the Science Channel, Discovery Channel. Like there's just so many different like just channels you're able to see on that, and I'm just like, this is too much. I don't know what to watch.
So, fun fact, I'm gonna scream, and I'm sorry. But I was actually on a Discovery ID show called
What?
On the Case with Paul Lazan.
What? I'm gonna look that
Yeah,
up tonight.
it was called The Case on Cherry Tree Lane. I played this like 12-year-old lacrosse girl who, I mean, this was serious stuff. So there was a murder involved and other things. It was a true
What?
story. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, how many of you guys
Look
want her
that up.
autograph? We'll give you guys an autograph in a Geekly Kingdom postcard. What? That's crazy. That's so cool. It's so funny because that kind of it kind of segues me really well, and we didn't plan this on like I've always wanted to be in a sitcom. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
It's just that type of like TV show that it's just so cool. And I don't know what I would want to play like in a sitcom, but I've always been like, man, being on a sitcom must be like really fun. Like I would love to do something like that.
And you get that whole like live studio audience thing. So I feel like it's better when you get to like play off of energy than to just being like stuck
Yeah.
by yourself, which works for a sitcom. It wouldn't work for every show, but definitely like a funny, lighthearted thing. You kind of need that energy in a room.
Definitely. Definitely. It's so funny. Uh K9 says I watched Laverne and Shirley in the early 80s. Nice. That I love that show. My mom
We're
really,
gonna
really loved
do
Laverne and
it.
Shirley. Oh my gosh.
Give us any chance, we'll take it. Give us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna
Love
make our
it.
dreams come true.
Ah. So I'll tell you this. I didn't put any Laverne and Shirley stuff in this game that we're gonna play. And honestly, like it was kind of hard to kind of like narrow down what what era of I guess like sitcoms I wanted to do. Um, but you know, I think I got it. So
I
so
feel
if
like
you're ready,
there's so many good sitcoms now, especially in like the late 2000s. But I think when we think of
yeah,
sitcoms, we really think 90s and before.
yes,
Just because there's so many now and so many that have happened that when you think of like classic sitcoms, you're thinking older. But yeah, I'm ready
you
whenever you
are.
are.
Let's do it. We're gonna play a game of this or that. We haven't played this in a while. I gotta say, I'm
I know,
excited.
and I love choosing stuff. I love decisions,
Yeah.
no matter what my therapist says.
Oh my gosh. So what we're gonna do is I have a little piece of paper here, and I put them into I put them into categories. But you guys in the chat, Jilly's gonna be paying attention in chat what you guys are saying also. So feel free when you guys see both of those options, tell us which one, this or that, you guys choose for whatever topic we're talking about. So you know what? Let's get on to the first one. The first one I gotta say, it was like a sitcom trope. I want to say like it was just that heart to heart that you had with Dad. It was like the heart to heart that you always had with Dad. So we got two dads here, heart to heart dads. Which one would you guys choose? This or that? Which one here? Oh man,
Which one are you going with?
this one. Okay, so I personally really love Family Matters.
Yeah.
I really do. I remember watching Family Matters. I like he was so nice, and it was so funny because like when I see him now in like different things, I'm always like the dad from Family Matters. I'm like, oh.
Wasn't he the
But
cop in Die Hard?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
I think of him as the cop in Die Hard more than I think of him because I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lot of Family Matters growing up. So in my mind, he's the cop from Die Hard who had the
From
pregnant
Die
wife
Hard,
he was
yeah.
buying quickies for. Um,
It's too good. But then, come on. Then you got Danny. Danny
I
is
think
like if the whole heart to heart with Dad is a trope, he's the one that started it.
it's Danny. That music starts playing and he gets real
Yep.
serious. It's like a very specific soundtrack they used, and it was like, Michelle, you can't just go around hitting people. I don't know.
It's so true though.
So let's go into the chat. I think Danny. So Full House, going with Danny Tanner. I mean, I feel like Danny's gonna win just because it's like quintessential in this category.
Yeah.
Plus, they weren't dads, but they were like honorary dads, always there to back him up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When he didn't have that like heart to heart, then it was like Joey or it was Uncle Jesse, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely I go for Danny on this one.
Yeah. It's Danny.
Definitely.
Tanner Rooney.
Oh man.
Tanner Rooney.
Okay, so Full House and Family Matters though. This next one is another double from those two shows. I just had to. The more I thought about different things, the more I'm like, oh, I have to do this. So annoying but lovable neighbors.
You can't do this to me.
It's like, come on.
I have things to say.
Yes, go for it.
So Urkel is iconic. No one can touch Urkel.
Right?
But having said that, I love Kimmy was alright on Full House, but on Fuller
Uh-huh.
House, she was my
Yes.
favorite character on Fuller House. I loved her. That bacon and eggs scarf that she wore.
Yes.
Great. And
I'm not even playing. I was this close of putting a picture of Kimmy now just because I wanted to put that picture of the bacon and egg scarf.
And they were so mean to her all the time. But
They were.
She really, like, Jessie was so mean to her. I'm like, she's a child. She's annoying, but she's a child.
Oh,
like,
man.
It's different when they're mean to Urkel because he's family, right? Yeah. Wait, no. He wasn't
No.
family. No.
He's a neighbor as well. That's why they're both on here.
Matters enough.
No, that's why they're both on here. With the older daughter. And then when he turns into is it Fonzel? Fonz? No, not the Fonz. The Fonz from Happy Days. Oh man, who does he turn into? He turns into like his suave like persona, and then she's all like over him because it's like, oh my gosh, like yeah, I don't like Urkel, but I like this guy.
He is a handsome guy in real life.
Yeah. It was such like both of these characters are just so iconic, and yes, I agree. Like on Fuller House, like you see how she's like, I don't want to sound corny, but hey, we're talking about sitcoms. Like she's blossomed into like this like just who she is type of person, and it's
very
like she doesn't.
Her weirdness.
Yes,
So
yes, very much so.
She's like, I am the hottest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good for you, girl. But in terms of, if we're taking it back to the OG, the chat all says Urkel. I have to say, as much as I love Kimmy, I think we need to give this category to Urkel.
Urkel for sure.
But if this was Fuller House, Kimmy
Stefan. Thank you, Karen. Stefan. I love it. I love it. Okay, who do I have here? Ooh, okay. So, sitcoms, especially in the 90s. These are both 90s sitcoms here. It was like a family, but you always had that older brother. Yeah. That older brother, so this category is called Too Hot to Handle Older Brothers.
Is Eric Matthews on here? Eric Matthews?
Oh, heck yeah, he is.
I mean, I'm sorry. I already knew it before you showed it to me. Eric
I'm Matthews. Like, these two were like the heartthrobs.
I mean, he's, not to be rude, he's not as cute, but his personality, man.
Yeah. Like, I find it very funny, like, alone. Yes! the beginning of Boy Meets World, like, he was so, like, into himself, and he was like, I'm the hottest, I'm this and that, and then, like, the more the seasons went by, the more, like, stupid his character became, and I was just like, what happened to Eric?
Well, you know, I was actually listening to a podcast the other day where they were talking about this exact thing, and they were
oh my gosh, yes.
We're seeing the world, because it's Boy Meets World, and it's about Corey. So we're seeing the world from Corey's point of view, and it's like when Corey's young, he sees his brother as this, like, cool guy who's getting all the ladies, but as he grows up, he's kind of noticing that his brother is not that cool. And so it's like evolving into what Eric actually is and not this idealization of a younger brother.
That's so good. I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
But he also had the Leo DiCaprio part down
Definitely.
The flappy little hair thing that was very attractive during that time.
Well, it was so funny because Leonardo DiCaprio was in Growing Pains, and I was gonna put him against Eric, but I was like, no, he's like a cousin or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
And I needed to do like older brothers. I was like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But definitely like Leonardo DiCaprio in Family Matter. No, not Family Matters. In Growing Pains.
Yeah.
Another one as well.
I
Oh my
think
gosh,
Eric
yes,
is
Colleen.
it.
Definitely. Colleen brought up the one that he turns into a hermit. So it's not as great. Girl Meets World, not as great. It's just not. Disney Channel just I don't know. It's just different. Um but I love all the character callbacks that they do to the original Boy Meets World. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time we see Eric. He is dressed up as that hermit character that he did for Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I really, really do. Oh, man. Karen says, I'm genuinely not interested in either of these shows. Karen, I want to know what did you watch? Maybe we still have some other ones. Maybe these other categories have some sitcoms that you were interested in. But yeah, let us know what you were interested in. It'll be fun to know. All right. So we talked about the heart to heart dads, but there were some sitcoms, and there's some funny dads out there. There really is. Like some dads that I'm just like, how? But anyways,
I better have hot
so
moms on this as well.
Okay, I wanted to surprise you, but I also didn't want to like. I don't have. And it's funny because I was putting them in right before we did the show. I don't have moms on here. I don't know why, but we'll talk about moms. We'll definitely talk about moms. But it was so weird. Like I did them, and I was like, I don't have any moms on here.
Fine, it's fine. I'll just wallow. It's fine. Peg Bundy is my number one, but whatever.
Hey, that's a good one.
Yes.
So, I like thinking back. I'm just like, Phil is hilarious. I'm not finished with Modern Family, but Phil is just the greatest.
You ever see there's like, that saying that's like whoosie watsy walked so whoever could run?
Oh, yeah.
Like yeah. So someone was like 8 simple rules walked so Modern Family could run, and I'm like, yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Dynamic of the two sisters and the younger brother.
Yes.
So the Dumpies and 8 Simple Rules.
But I gotta say, anyway. even before 8 Simple Rules, when it was 8 Simple Rules to dating my teenage daughter, and it had John Ritter on there, oh my gosh. John Ritter.
Both iterations was amazing, but John Ritter.
Yeah.
When I'm having a bad day, I Google 8 Simple Rules bloopers, and it's like a 20-minute video. And it is the best bloopers of any show ever. Highly recommend people go watch that. But anyway, yes,
that's too good.
We have Mr. Baxter. What was his first name? Victor.
I was thinking about Victor Baxter. And Phil Dunphy, man. Oh. The thing about Victor is like he was funny in That's So Raven. And then when they did Corey in the House, it was like it was one of those things because like if you think about it, in the dynamic of mom and dad, the mom was also just really out there and really like silly and stuff.
Yeah.
So for the fact that he didn't have her to kind of like bounce off her, like in Corey in the House, he became like extremely just like silly, kind of like what they did with Corey. Like Corey was never dressing up as different characters and trying to do different things. But as soon as he had to do like his own sitcom, it's like, I'm turning into my sister.
I never watched in the House, but That's So Raven was my favorite show on Disney Channel. hands
Yeah.
down. And I still watch Raven's Home.
Yeah, Raven's Home is actually, they actually did a really good job with that.
Good. I really like it. So I'm gonna have to go with Victor Baxter on this.
Yeah, oh man. As much as I love Phil, and I really do, like, the only reason why I watch Modern Family is for Phil and for I forgot her name right now. Manny's mom. The Hispanic one.
Vergara.
Oh my, Sophia. Like, she's just amazing in that show too.
I like that one line when she was like, "What's this? Ticka 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 ticka." It's a helicopter.
Yes.
She calls it a ticka ticka ticka.
Yes. So good. Oh my gosh.
A lot of people said that's so Raven though. I mean, this is a Disney like fan site, so not shocked.
Not shocked at all. Oh man. All right, let's see. So we have this one I threw a bone. I gotta say, I threw you a bone here because I don't know anything about Friends. I don't. But I was like, there has to be someone from Friends on this. There just has to be. So I have female heartthrobs. Does that even make any sense? Female heartthrobs. I don't think that makes any sense.
It does.
But like, whoops. What am I doing? I'm going all over the place. I have Jennifer Aniston from Friends and Topanga.
All right, so here's where I'm coming in hot.
Do it.
I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that Jennifer Aniston is not beautiful, because obviously she is. But my heart will always and forever belong to Miss Courtney Cox playing Monica Geller.
Okay. You see, there was too many people in Friends that I was like, I don't know, do I put a picture of all three of them or all four? Like,
this is hard though, because Rachel is annoying.
Oh,
really
you see,
annoying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if her annoyingness outranks her prettiness.
Yeah.
So again, if this was Monica, this would be a different story.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna have to go with Topanga.
Oh man. For being honest, anyone against Topanga, Topanga's winning. Topanga is winning, even in her like weird stage. Even in that stage
that the heart on herself with.
Yeah. Even that, like, what, Topanga, all the way. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see here. Oh, this one was a fun one. So this category is called The Power of Two.
Okay.
Woo! What sisters, huh? What sisters?
You can't do this to me.
I think Mary-Kate and Ashley were in One Little Time. I think that was a sitcom.
So Little Time.
So Little Time.
And Two of a Kind.
Oh, that's the one that I thought of first. Yes.
And obviously,
which one's the one that has like the gay? Is it assistant or? I don't know what he is actually. No, housekeeper. Is he just a housekeeper?
I don't remember. I think I only watched.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Because here's the thing. I didn't really watch their shows.
Okay. You were more of a movie person?
I was into everything Dual Star came out with. I was like, oh my God, it's perfect.
Okay.
Passport to Paris, Winning London, When in Rome, Billboard Dad. Oh man.
Yes.
So if we're going off of, obviously this is a sitcom show. If we're going off of sitcom, Sister takes the cake. If only for
Sister,
Jackie
man.
X.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll never forget.
I'm telling you, she
with the chicken wing.
Yes. She's another one that she pops out in like different things, and I'm like, hey, it's the mom from Sister.
Yeah, she's great.
She guest stars in, oh man, it's on Netflix, and honestly, I don't know if it's Tia or Tamara. Don't know, but Tia or Tamara are in this new Netflix sitcom, and she's guest starred on there, and I'm just like, look at that, I love this. Yeah, for me, it has to be Sister all the way. I love Mary-Kate and Ashley, though, especially back then. But, yeah. Sister.
And I will go down with saying that New York Minute was a good movie.
I think we've talked about this before, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what was up with everyone. I really enjoy it. Jared Padalecki is there. I mean, when they go into that hair salon, the House of Bling. Oh, I love the House of Bling.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Oh
man,
I
miss them a lot.
Yeah, it's oh man, alive. It's one of those things. It's like, come on, guys. Oh man. All right, our last one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite sitcoms, especially right now. Or now it's canceled. Now it's canceled, but whatever. Heck yeah, it is. So this next one is our sitcom grandmas.
No! You knew what you were doing.
I love this so much. Oh man.
You can't have a girl who was born and raised in Queens make this decision.
Oh man. As much as I love the nanny, and as much as I love this character, Lydia gets my love always. Lydia reminds me of my grandma, the one that I'm in her house right now. She reminds me of my grandma when I think of like my childhood. Lydia is just, it's so funny because it's like, little spoiler alert, like when I do Maria, I think of she's definitely a mixture of my grandma and my grandfather, her husband's sister. They're just mixed into one character. And Lydia is just that for me. And no, Lydia all the way for me.
I'm sorry. No, you will never
go for it. I know.
The similarities. First of all, right off the bat, the similarities between like a Jewish household in New York and an Italian household in New York, they're very, very similar. So like watching The Nanny, I was like, this is my family. I understand this. And specifically, Yetta reminded me of some family members on my mother's side. I'm not going to start naming names. Maybe it was a accumulation of some of them. But like certainly there was some chain smoking older ladies that kind of, looked like they were stuck in some sort of error, but also slightly expired. And they just like would say things, and you're just like, what?
Oh man.
I absolutely love The Nanny. I love Yetta. I have to go with Yetta. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Believe me, I feel you. Oh man. Let's see what the chat's saying about this one. I don't think anyone's saying any of these.
Lauren said the grandma from the nanny.
Grandma from the nanny. I see Lauren. Yeah. Yep. Nah, believe me, I get it. I get it. Which is the reason why she's on this list. You know, it was one of those like, yeah.
Yeah. This is a good one. This is a good one. I like this one. I love
This was.
too.
Yeah, no, it's
I
for
will
sure.
say the scene where what's the daughter's name?
Like her daughter's name?
No,
Penelope?
the granddaughter.
The granddaughter is oh my gosh. Yes.
It is Carmen. I didn't know if that was correct. Carmen. The scene where Carmen comes out to Lydia and like in 5 seconds she like comes to the conclusion that it's fine.
Yep.
It was very, very similar to when I came out to my grandmother. It was like 5 emotions and then landed on good. It was like my grandmother was like, that's good. And then hugged me. And I'm like, what just happened? I just witnessed the 5 stages of like grief. Like, what was that?
Oh man. Nah, man, for sure. For sure. Well, guys, that was this or that. I always like this or that. This or that's a fun one. Oh man.
Still,
guys, we're gonna take
like a mom category.
No, but that's it. That's the thing. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about moms. We're gonna talk about sitcom moms because there's a lot, and there's a lot spanning, decades. Like Brady Bunch. Come on, we're gonna talk about Brady Bunch, The Cosby Show, the mom from The Cosby Show. She's on This Is Us, and I'm still like, yeah.
She works with dinosaurs.
Yeah, she does. What? But no, we'll talk.
Time travel machines and wow, so talented.
So talented. We'll talk about all that and more when we come back. Stick around, guys.
Up everything.
It's been JPEG all along.
Who's been pulling every evil string?
It's been JPEG all along.
He's unscrupulous, full of ruthlessness that you haven't even noticed, and a pity is. Late to fix anything now that everything has gone wrong. Thanks to JPEG, naughty JPEG.
It's been JPEG all along. And I killed the great movie ride.
Welcome to Deep in the Plus. Each week we take a different movie or TV show from the Disney Plus vault and we tell you the history, the details, we give you our review, and we tell you if it's worth your time. Catch Deep in the Plus every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on WDWNT Entertainment.
Ride Rehab Watches is now a WIGS exclusive show.
Watch new episodes Saturdays at 9 p.m.
Let's start tonight's story off right. It's a new world plus.
While we wait for a bus.
The adventure begins now. Just follow us. Just roll the dice and follow us. For a long time we've been staring at construction.
With entertainment gone, it feels more like destruction.
Like the maze of walls, our pleading calls have all just gone ignored.
What if we had a park worth paying for?
Yeah, right.
That's what I said, a park worth paying for. I want a park that's filled with cast and Imagineers named Joe.
A park that's not just all IPs and no more canceled shows.
I couldn't care less what they add if it screens or trackless. Just stop removing all the classics. Great movie ride.
Bet the locals love the mountains in New Orleans.
And the resellers that fill up merch in trash bins.
You can guess what we have missed the most since Backlot closed its doors.
What do we want a park worth paying for?
A park that follows through with plans and fixes things that break.
How about spends money on their staff and less on new cupcakes?
We lost minivans but kept Dapper Dan, so it's really not all bad. At least there's breakfast at Lunching Pad.
There's a park in Japan that's unlike any other.
Yet the park nearby is the main one that we cover.
When something's new, it needs reviewed. We're the first ones at the door. And all that we want is a park worth paying for. Wish that I had a park worth paying for. A park worth paying.
All right. Hello, welcome back to Geekly Kingdom. Before we get any further, I wanted to remind you guys about our new shirt on Carousel of Products. Check it out. Get naughty. Get it? Naughty list. You get it? Yeah. Anyways, that's available. So you guys can check that out, and lots more different shirts, magnets, stickers, like Geekly Kingdom stickers, just like the one you see right there. You guys can sticker bomb that somewhere and send us a photo, and all that available on carouselofproducts.com. Yeah. All right. So Jelly's here. Spencer's out in Tokyo, but there was someone else that wanted to be on today to talk about, sitcoms and their how they feel about sitcoms, especially American sitcoms. We have a special video I'm going to play for you guys, and you guys can see their point of view, and we'll talk a little bit about it after, all right? All right, let's see what they have to say.
Okay, so the sitcoms that I grew up with were like Seinfeld and Third Rock from the Sun and How I Met Your Mother. And I found that when I rewatched Seinfeld and How I Met Your Mother, that, God, I just hated it. These characters are so repulsive and horrible. And then everyone's like, oh, but that's what you're supposed to like them because they are like, shady and mean and stuff. And I've started to really like British comedies and British sitcoms instead. And I think the difference between American and British humor, the reason why I like British humor, American humor is, look at this kind of jerk of a character. Aren't they mean? But oh, something bad happened to them once, so you should like them because they're mean. And then they may do mean stuff, but in the end they redeem themselves from the mean thing they consistently do. And that makes them likable. But in British humor, I feel like they're like, look at this character. They're a huge jerk. And now a bunch of bad stuff will happen to them, and you get to laugh at them. And like Faulty Towers or The Goes Wrong Show, for example, like these characters are so narcissistic and full of themselves so that when they fail or when something goes wrong, you can laugh at them because they kind of deserve it. And there are the other characters who are like the nice characters who get like that main character being mean to them, but they always end up okay in the end, or they're like, well, that's what you get for being a jerk. So I have gravitated way more towards British comedies and sitcoms because that humor feels more self-deprecating. It's like, here's a character, they suck, let's laugh at them. And then in American humor, it's like, here's a character, they suck, oh, but they're so likable. And that just frustrates me. I've never liked any new American comedies except The Good Place, which, as we all know, is just perfect because it is about people trying to become better. Not technically a sitcom, but I still think Third Rock from the Sun really, really holds up. So that's still one of my favorite American comedies. But right now, it's like The Goes Wrong Show, Upstart Crow, Blackadder, The IT Crowd, Father Ted, all of those British sitcoms that are just so comedically perfect.
You know what? I don't necessarily like British, like, humor. Like, I don't know.
I mentioned this to you, and one of my favorite TV shows of all time that I will watch again and again, because it really, there isn't that many episodes of it, is absolutely fabulous. Which is
You have said that, yeah.
Sitcom starring Jennifer Saunders and Joanna Lumley. And again, just to touch on what Tyler said, they are horrible people. And you know they're horrible people. And you're not trying to, like, the TV show's not trying to make you like them. They do absolutely horrible things. And no one likes them.
Yeah.
But it's so great.
You see, I guess it's the type of sitcoms that I watch that I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily agree with what Tyler said, but it might be just the type of sitcoms that I like. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I Love Lucy, my favorite TV show of all times. I can never get sick of watching I Love Lucy. I watch reruns, like, I'm not even playing, and I've done this, especially, like, if I'm feeling, like, just, like, really down. Like, it's so funny that I'll watch, like, 2 episodes, and then watch something else, and then go back and watch those exact 2 episodes again, laugh in the exact same points. You know, it's just one of those things. But, like, I don't think, like, anyone on that show is like, they're jerks, and because, you know, like, I just don't see it like that. And, like, the sitcoms from, like, the 90s and stuff like that, like, at least again, I haven't seen the full extent of Friends. It just never clicked with me. Seinfeld just never clicked with me. There's that other one that I just don't even remember the name of it, because it's just one of those that I'm just like, well, whatever. But I don't know. It's like, was it those type of sitcoms that were very much like that? I don't know. How do you feel?
I I love American sitcoms too. I don't agree that they're all bad. Just because I liked one British one. I think it is probably the ones you do watch, because I think there's really like a handful of them. A lot of like husband and wife centric sitcoms where it's like that old like joke of I hate my wife, you know? Like I got married and my wife is horrible. Or it's always like this weird dynamic of like this husband who treats his wife like crap. And it's like, oh, isn't it funny? And I say that, but also like one of my favorite shows is Married with Children. But I think it's slightly different because it was the first ever show to do it. And also on top of that, it's not like when I think of like the King and Queens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Married with Children was so over, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Over the top with it. Like they clearly did not care about their children. Like, was not trying to be a good wife. She didn't care that that Al didn't like her. Like, it was just so over the top that I think. But then you get into these like weird sitcoms like The King of Queens or like Everybody Loves Raymond or something, where like the joke is always just like I hate being married.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't know, like, would everybody's hate, would everybody hates Chris be considered a sitcom? Like, I like that, but then at the same time, like, it wasn't like that either. At least not that I can tell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird. But then at the end, would you consider like the Addams Family a sitcom? Because that's on the complete other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
What if that's the perfect family right there?
Yeah. You know,
if you were
the
to
Munsters.
What I think is the perfect representation of a family on television, the Addams Family. You have two parents that absolutely worship the ground each other walk on, and children that they are like, yeah, you go and do that thing that you want to do, and I'll be so proud of you.
Yeah. Unless you want to be normal.
Yeah, then, but even then, I mean, this isn't the TV show, this is the movie. They tried Hubert in the second one.
Yeah.
They were like, I mean, I guess we'll read. I guess we'll try this.
It's so true, though. Oh, man. But yeah, you know, hey.
But yeah, just
sitcom.
Never watched. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Karen Porter said sitcom equals situational comedy. So yeah, you know, that makes sense.
But yeah, hands down, my favorite sitcom of all time. I'm gonna sound super basic, like a basic girl. Friends. I have watched Friends from beginning to end. I've lost count of how many times.
Yeah.
I think the comedy was just so like different, and I think it holds up. I mean, some things don't hold up, but some things I still laugh at today, and I'm like, I can quote episodes top to bottom. I think the cast just was magic. I love Friends, and it's just one of those things that I know it's like, oh, like it's become cool nowadays to like hate Friends, and I'm like,
okay,
like, good for you. Like,
I've tried it. I just never really got into it. I never really enjoyed it.
I mean, it's fine to like not enjoy it, not get into it, but people like use it as like a personality trait. They're like, oh, I don't like Friends because, you know, Ross was misogynistic. Yeah, Ross was misogynistic. I hate Ross, you know? Like, a lot of TV shows have horrible characters on them.
That's true. That's true.
Doesn't mean it's not funny.
Very much so.
You are
So
allowed
like,
to laugh at things and find things funny that you don't agree with on a TV show that is not real.
yeah. Very much so. I was gonna say, like, right now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can't even say right now because it got canceled too. Ugh. But Superstore has been my just like it's so good, just so good. Superstore. Like Tyler said in the video, The Good Place, if you consider it a sitcom, The Good Place is just an amazing show.
I love The Good
Modern Family as well. Now that it's on Hulu, I'm able to see it all. Now I'm just waiting for Big Bang Theory to pass by on Hulu for me to watch. But it's like there's just so many like good TV shows, and I don't know. It kind of sucks that some of them get like just canceled, and it's like, man, there's other stuff on TV that's just like, I don't think anyone's watching this. Like, like not for anything, but I think no one is watching this. So it's like, you're canceling my Superstore, but now we have, I don't know, now we have a spin-off of The Masked Singer, and now it's called The Masked Dancer? Like, get out of here.
You know, I will be honest, I very rarely watch like live TV anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I watch is like streaming somewhere, and most of those things aren't really sitcoms, so you can't really say it. But the one sitcom I still watch is The Connors. I grew up watching Roseanne. The Connors is Roseanne without Roseanne.
Yeah.
Which, you know, there's two types of people. They're the type of people that are like, I won't watch it because Roseanne's not on it. And then there's the type of people that are me that is like, I never watched Roseanne for Roseanne. I watched Roseanne
anyways,
Jackie.
yeah.
And Jackie now has a bigger role because Roseanne's not there. So, like, everything's fine and dandy in my world. And I loved Darlene growing up. I'm like, she's cool. I want to be her. I want to be that sad and depressed. I achieved it. So proud of myself. But so I still watch The Connors every week, and I yeah. I think there are fewer episodes of TV that are funnier than The Connors. Not even the episode when they're in Disney. The episode when they're going to Disney and they're on the plane to Florida is the funniest half hour of television you will ever watch in your life.
I'm gonna have to look that up then.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to look that up because
so great.
I love the episode of Modern Family when they're at Disneyland.
Yeah.
That was a great one. So I love those. I love those shows for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I really love as well, right? It's not that I've been getting into it. Like, it's been a couple months. Like, I found the show, and it's Last Man Standing with Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I started watching Last Man Standing, and I'm like, you know what? There's some really good people in this show. Just really good. And Tim himself, like, I'm a big Tim Allen fan. And this is besides, you know, the fact that he voices Buzz Lightyear. But I just loved him in Home Improvement, the Santa Claus. You know, there's numerous of things that I just really liked. And I came across, you know, Last Man Standing, and I started watching it, and I was like, man, I really like this. And that one just got canceled. And now they're just going to finish up the season. And I'm like, what in the world is happening? Do I need to stop saying that I like things? Like, ugh. I'm like, my gosh. And it's weird because it's like, there's like shows that have been going on for a little bit, like I always catch the tail end because like me, like you, I don't watch live TV. So I watch it because it's on Hulu or because it's on, Netflix or something like that. And Superstore, got into it, caught up. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be so fun. And then like as soon as I caught up, it was like, hey, so Superstore is gonna be canceled. And I was just like, what? I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, come on now. And then I catch up to what Last Man Standing. Last Man is gonna be the last season. Are you kidding me? One that I'm really into right now, and is this more of a drama? It's not. It's man, Zoe's last Infinite playlist. Zoe's
playlist?
Yeah.
I will be completely honest. I've never watched one episode of that, but I have watched the scene where they sing American Pie about 50 times. I'm obsessed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that scene.
Lauren Graham singing TikTok. Because I was a big Gilmore Girls fan.
Yeah.
Which, is that a sitcom?
Yeah, like it's so funny. Some of these shows, it's like, some of these shows are very like serious. So it's like, would this be considered a sitcom? Or is it like a drama?
Funny. I think Gilmore Girls, it's with situational comedy.
Yeah, according to Karen.
Yeah,
it should be considered.
Girls. But yeah, Lauren Graham is on Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Yeah. No, so good.
But just to plug it in there, because earlier we were talking about Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
If you, especially you, I'm gonna send it to you after this. It's an episode of Laverne and Shirley. It was the last season, so Shirley wasn't on it anymore.
Yeah.
And Laverne had moved to California, and it's the episode where Laverne wants to become a Playboy bunny.
Okay.
She's auditioning for Hugh Hefner, but the episode guest stars Carrie Fisher.
Oh.
And I laughed so hard watching this scene of Laverne making Carrie Fisher's character, her name was Kathy, sing My Guy to Hugh Hefner. It is the funniest thing, but also great because Carrie Fisher had a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I'm going to send it to you after this. And if
definitely
everyone hasn't seen it, go YouTube that.
That's so good. Yeah. So before we go, we got to do it. We got to talk about moms. We got to talk about the sitcom moms.
Yes.
Because sitcom moms, man, like we talked about earlier, we had those heart-to-heart dads and stuff. But like, where would any of our sitcom families be without the moms? Let's be honest. Sure. Let's be honest. Like, my gosh.
Who would you want your mom to be if you had a sitcom mom?
So that's what I was thinking right now. I was like,
I'm Googling sitcom moms.
I was looking for the answer before I asked you. What do you guys say in the chat?
Mom.
If you had a sitcom mom, who would you want your sitcom mom to be? Man.
This is hard.
This one is hard.
See, I feel like I'm just looking. Mrs. Carol Brady, I couldn't be myself around Carol Brady. Let's be honest. I'm not the child Carol Brady could have.
Like it's funny because it's one of those things. It's like maybe like because I was thinking Carol Brady. I was like, man, Carol Brady. But then as soon as you said that, I was like, you know what? It wasn't Carol. It was more Florence Henderson. That was like, man, Florence Henderson could be, just could be a mom in just anything,
Ooh. Kitty Foreman. That's a good one.
Kitty Foreman.
From that 70s show.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so good, yeah.
But I think
Shoot.
I picked who I would want my mom to be.
Okay.
So
you go, so I can have a little bit of time.
Are you sure? Hold on, I'm between.
Yeah,
two.
I'm still thinking. So like.
And it's not a show we've talked about.
Okay.
But when I was Googling this, it popped up, and it was one of my favorite shows when I was younger.
Interesting. Okay.
So, I was obsessed with the show Kate and Allie.
Kate and Allie?
It starred Jane Curtin from Saturday Night Live and Susan St. James. And I'm just going to say it. I would want both of them to be my moms. I will live
I don't remember this show.
Friends who live together. Yeah. I just love living in that house.
Huh. I don't remember that show at all.
It was good. And one of the daughters sings Goodbye to You by Scandal in an episode, and I used to sing Goodbye to You in my band, and I always think of that episode, so I'm already
nice.
the daughter from Kate and Allie, so.
That's too good. Man. So, like, I think of the big family ones. I think of like Claire Huxtable. I think of the Brady Bunch. The one that I really, really enjoyed as a kid, and I always thought I was like, man, she's a cool mom, was the mom from Step by Step. Step by Step. The mom from Step by Step was always like really cool to me. I was like, man, she's cool. Summers? Yeah, Suzanne Summers. Yeah.
Didn't she create the Thigh Master?
Yes, the Thigh Master. Yes.
Wait,
yeah,
Suzanne Summers.
Man, it's a toss-up. It's so weird. It's a toss-up between. I guess if I could mix them all together, it would be Suzanne Summer from Step by Step. It'll be Claire Huxtable, and it'll also be the mom from Lizzie McGuire.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why.
You see, for Claire Huxtable as a mother, you're not getting away with anything.
I know, but that's why I'm mixing her with a little bit of everyone else, with a little bit fun, because the other two were very fun, you know?
Yeah.
And Lizzie McGuire's mom was like strict, but she was also like very quirky.
Yeah.
Which was fun, you know? So yeah, I think it'll have to be like those three mixed into one. And a little dash of Florence Henderson. Not her as Mrs. Brady, but just Florence Henderson.
You see, having Carol Brady wasn't very, I feel like she'd just do whatever, what was the dad's name? Mr. Brady. Mike?
That sounds very familiar.
Mike
was
Brady?
It Mike? Mike Brady?
Yeah, it was Mike. I can hear her. Mike. I feel like it should just be like whatever Mike says goes. And I don't like
it.
That.
It was very like different. It was a different time, for sure.
It was
for sure. It was a different time. So, you know. But that's why. It wouldn't be her, but it'll be Florence Henderson. Just a little dash of Florence Henderson. Oh,
I
man.
Hang out, though, for the record, I know I said it 1,000 times. Wouldn't want her to be my mom, because that would be awkward. But I would want to hang out with Peg Bundy.
Yeah.
Sit on the couch, eating bonbons, talking crap.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Let me
man.
raid Kelly's closet. Christina Applegate.
Now I would say her in that sitcom, and not as the house from Smart House.
No.
That was just weird. She was just weird in there. But the mom from Ain't Simple Rules, I wouldn't mind that either.
Very good mom. Very cool, chill.
Yeah, wouldn't mind that either.
Kind of reminds me of my mom.
Yeah, I've met your mom a couple times. She gives me that vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey. Well, hey guys. Jilly, thank you for talking sitcoms with me.
Of course.
Like, what? I love sitcoms. I really do. So it was such a good time to, just to talk about sitcoms and like the different tropes that they had. Because there were tropes for sure. And it's so funny to think about like the different tropes that they like sitcoms had like back then that we still do, now. But yeah, that's fun. All right, my friends. We will see you guys next week for another episode of Geekly Kingdom. But until then, see you real soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.